Uh-oh. Sorry about that. Something is wrong with my camera. Activate. Deactivate. Reactivate. Ah! There we go. Don't remember positioning it like that. Alright. Greetings, my dear adventurers. Welcome back to the Boxsmith Live. We've got a lovely group of faces here today. Some I've seen before, some I haven't. For the first time, we are here on both Twitch and YouTube, thanks to a funky little plugin I found earlier today, so that's fun. New set, new fit, new era of whatever you want to call it. But before we can get into all the fun things I have to plan today, we must address the elephant in the room. As of yesterday, I have been made aware that Lucius Testificate, my former mentor and disgraced Grand Boxsmith, has escaped his containment. I know this might come as a unfortunate surprise to many of you, myself included. If you don't remember, we had successfully usurped and contained him from the cardboard throne approximately. It's been a few years. I don't remember the day specifically, but mistakes were made on my part, on the part of several people within my. Primarily on my part. I should have double-checked the seal I used to trap him, but that is something we have to just deal with now. Knowing him, he will eventually try to take the throne back as soon as possible, and do a bunch of wacky shit like that, but we don't have to worry about that today. What we need to do today is make sure all of you are prepared and ready for his eventual return. And to do that, we need to get you up to speed on how to make powerful cardboard weaponry, which is why we're here today. I have got the first of what will hopefully be many cool little cardboard template designs for all of you to be able to make stuff out of. This one particularly is a longsword that I had fun designing earlier this week, so we're going to get started with that one today. Let's see. Let me lower the audio a bit. Yeah, that should probably do it. It's a bit loud. That should do the trick. Okay. Let us begin. For this particular project, you're going to need, most obviously, cardboard. Any decent quantity of cardboard should do the trick here. It's a box I happen to find, just happen to have lying around, probably from something I got earlier today. I don't remember. I get so many boxes these days. It's hard to keep track of where they come from. Hot glue. Gun and stick. My go-to adhesive for all cardboard projects. A reasonably sharp knife. Box cutter. Take your pick on the terminology, they mean roughly the same thing. Plier staplers. Not mandatory, but still helpful. More on them later. Probably. I make no promises. Alrighty. Glue stick. Also necessary. So necessary. Maybe not mandatory per se, but it'll certainly help you a lot. Trust me on that. And lastly, of course, you will need the template. Which, if you press that little Ko-Fi button over there, you should be able to get a link to it. Which should be called the, what did I call it? I think I called it the, give me one moment. We back? We back. Okay, so, where was I? Right. Materials that you need. Various ones, things of that nature. Yada yada yada. What I've done in that second. What I've done. Face myself. I've put the template that we're using today in the pinned it as a comment in the comment section on both platforms. So if you would like to follow along with me, now would be a good time. The template's completely free. And it will remain that way. And it's just a nice way to, you know, process emotions, uncertainty, stress, disappointment, less savory emotions. Oops, wrong button. There we go. But as I was saying, we're gonna begin now. Just to the side here. We're gonna take the box here, and we're gonna gut it and cut it apart just the usual way that we do this. And the usual way that I do this for a project that's like this one, where it's, oops, you'll have to forgive me, I'm still getting used to getting back to this, the streaming mindset, pressing buttons and things like that. I'm rusty. The escape of Testificate is not the occasion I expected for my return to streaming, but, you know, you take the good with the bad. We make the most of it. Gotta disassemble this box here. standard procedure. As I've explained many times before, all standard issue cardboard boxes have a little Achilles heel. That's, can you see that? Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. Have an Achilles heel that they were tabbed and attached to when they were made at the factory. So you just grab that, tear it asunder, the entire box lays out flat. I'm still getting used to proportions, more or less. And then from there, you can just take apart, piece by piece, atom by atom, molecule by molecule, until you're left with more manageable, easier to work with cardboard, like so. Alright, so from there, we are going to begin. Now, to be frank, I'm not entirely sure how much cardboard I'm going to need for this project. I've only ever made the prototype. This will be my first time messing with the template I made it for it, so if all goes to plan, then that will be the structure we use going forward. I make the prototype, I make the template, and then you guys get to see me try out the template in real time. Ideally, it'll work first try, and if it doesn't, we'll just have to hold that and make the necessary adjustments. So, let us begin. I'm gonna start with this piece here. Shark Boy asks, do you occasionally look at YouTube chat? Yes, I do, Shark Boy. Thank you for joining the stream. It's good to see you. One of these days, I'm gonna figure out how to get that plugin that allows it so chat shows up on the screen, but don't got that just yet. That's alright. Prototype instructions, various pieces. Alrighty. Let's try and sort them to an extent here. I make all the templates double the amount that you an advanced box would need, because that way if you're starting out, every piece you cut out is a piece that you're going to use and a piece that you need. But that usually means the front and back is a duplicate. So I only need, while I print out everything, all I ever personally use is about half of it, because I know how to use the one template sheet and double it up. But if you're just starting out, that's not necessarily more difficult. Well, it can't be more difficult, but it's less consistent than simply just cutting out all the pieces you need in one go. One of these days, in the far-off future, what I want to do is have it so, you can skip the middleman of cutting things out and you just get it in a box, kind of like a Lego set. That'd be really neat, but that requires money and experience that I do not currently possess, so for the time being, well, we make do. Alright, 1, 2, 3, there should be 1, 2, 3 here. Let's tug that over there for now. Duplicate. Check. Instructions, check. Special pieces, check. That means you should all be arranged in roughly the correct way. 1, 2, should be 17 pages total. 8 for each side, 16 total, plus 1 extra for the instructions. Alright, yeah, that looks like it's about everyone. Cool. Alright, we're gonna start off here with these guys. Oops, nope. I was wrong, I lied. I am the serpent whispering in the ears of mankind. I deceived. So this sheet of cardboard has got enough real estate space to hold 2 pieces like this completely naturally, but what I usually like to do is introduce another tool that I forgot to mention, is scissors, and trim down these guys so that you can get a little bit more out of the surface area of your cardboard box. Not necessarily necessary, but it can help sometimes if you're low on cardboard and want to be very frugal with it. If you want to optimize as much cardboard surface area as possible. I don't cut it too close whenever I do this. I just cut it enough so that, just gets rid of most of the dead space, because I like having a little bit on the edges for when I do the actual cutting, for everything to hold on to and be stable and everything like that. But you cut your cardboard boxes how you want. It's one of the beauties of art, is that there's pretty much no wrong way of going about doing it. Any way you go about it is, in a way, the right way. It's freedom in its most unadulterated form. I love it. That does remind me, full transparency here, I am inclined to say cuss words on the stream. Maybe not every sentence, but on occasion. It's a sign that I'm locked into the project. I am an engineer at my heart and core. If an engineer doesn't swear while working on a project, he's not engineering hard enough. So you'll hear some shits, you'll hear some damns, you'll hear some motherfucking piece of... I already said shit. You will hear words like that on this stream. If that is a problem with you, I suggest tuning into the clips I make from this, which will be censored appropriately for more general audience. But when you get Jeb the Boxsmith live, you get Jeb the Boxsmith uncut. And adulterated. Such is the law. Alright, now that we've got that little disclaimer out of the way, let us resume the project. 1, 2, 3. There should be 2 more here. Yeah, 4, 5. Almost lost track. Almost got lost in the sauce. Sauce amogus. You also hear shitty jokes like that on this kind of stream. I would apologize, but that would imply that I am sorry. I am not sorry for who I am. I am a man who loves shitty humor. Brain rot. What's up? That's up my alley. You will hear an amogus, you will hear dead memes, you will hear maybe the occasional skibbity toilet riz. If that is an issue, I don't know what to tell you. Alrighty then. Let's get these all cut out and everything like that. That should be good. Put that there, put that there. I wonder if I can Tetris it so I can get all these pieces on the one sheet. The one sheet is real. Gonna get much higher. Almost. What if we... That'll work. Cool, we'll go with that. Alright, so now we will take our trusty glue stick and we're going to use it to glue on these different pieces here. The reason I use glue sticks like this is because they're just sticky enough to make everything hold in place, but not too sticky that it leaves a lot of residue and stuff when you take it off. So, what I like to do is just primarily focus on the parts of it that I know are actually going to be glued on, because that's what's most important here. Everything else is icing on the cake. It's gravy. Just more of an aesthetic choice. But to get it to function properly, what you primarily want is the parts that are going to be glued on and glued together. Like so. I would like to apologize for how long it's been since I last done one of these streams. Truth be told, I was actually embarrassed. Last stream, if I remember correctly, was the one where I was completely out of it because I had been out of my normal pills for a bit too long, and I like fucking fell asleep on stream and everything like that. It was funny. I'll give you that. It was funny, but You know how it is with anxiety. You see the stuff that you make, you think it's absolute dog shit, even though you are most likely incorrect about that because art is subjective, you're your own worst critic, things of that nature. But, yeah. But with recent events and everything like that, I decided to just grow the fuck up. People could use a little good news, so Jab the Box with the streaming again. That's a little bit of good news for today. It's the little victories that we must take. Progress is... Sharkboy asks, what do you have to say for all the new cardboard paper engineers? What do I have to say? Progress is chaos. You'll get better, and then it will feel like you've gotten worse. And then you will get worse, and then you'll think it's gotten better. And everything and nothing in between. What do I mean by that? Good fucking question. I kind of started this without thinking too hard about it. But the gist of it is what I'm saying is... the gist of it of what I'm saying is... Do you see this? Do you see this little key bit here? This drill. What this drill is, it's an artifact from my favorite anime of all time, Gurren Lagann. And what this drill represents is progress. We evolved past the person we were a moment ago. Little by bit, we advance a little bit further at every turn, just like a drill. That is the essence of progress. Progress is rarely ever big and drastic and immediate. It's often slow and monotonous and takes a lot of mental energy to recognize in the first place. It's very easy to be your own worst critic. Something even I deal with on a regular. But keep at what you're doing and count all of the little victories, because they do add up exponentially. These templates that I'm making, for instance, I've spent the better part of 5 years now perfecting the art of making templates out of cardboard that are not only easy for other people to make, but are also relatively enjoyable to do. And anytime I see a sale on my Ko-Fi shop, or I get a message or a tweet from someone saying, hey, I made this template, it was great, that makes every single year where I was racking my fucking brain trying to figure out how to first learn how to use the software that I taught myself to use to make these in the first place. Second, get better at using said software. Third, figure out how to make instructions within that software. I'm still working on that. That's part of the reason why the armor is still not up, even though I said that. Well, I didn't necessarily say it'd be up by now, but I intended it for it to be up by the end of October. Hell, I intended to have that armor finished way before that. Like, the original plan was to have it so that the armor could be made by people in time for October. That sure as hell didn't happen. So, you know, you adjust and you make the best of what you can do. We're going to start cutting this out now, by the way. But the point I'm trying to make is, even us pros have shit that we're dealing with. Even we pros have challenges and things of that nature. And the thing that separates the noobs from the pros is that the pros solve problems and the noobs give up. You are going to encounter challenges in anything you find your passion in. The thing that separates those who make it and those who don't is the often insanity and tenacity to keep at it. So I encourage you to keep at it. Keep moving forward, as they said in, what was that movie? Meet the Robinsons. Yes. This knife's a bit dull. Hoya! Nope. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck me. Damn. Alright, we're good. Alrighty. This actually provides us a good opportunity to teach you about how to properly This actually provides a good opportunity for me to teach you how to properly dispose of discarded blades. As you just saw here, I just discarded this piece of this craft knife because it was getting dull. We'll get into why it's a good idea. It's not just a good idea, it's the best idea to do that very thing. And did I nick myself? No, we're good, I think. Is that from there or is that old? That's old. That's from yesterday. Okay, we're good. Point I'm saying, you never want to just throw these out in the garbage, because even if they're not sharp enough as they were when they were new, they're still sharp and they can still cause problems. They can cut open trash bags, they can cut garbage people, they can cut you when you're handling the trash. You don't want any of that, so there are many ways to safely dispose of a discarded blade, but this is the way I usually go about doing it. What I like to do... Where did I put it last? Ah, here we go. I like to take some tape. I've got some electrical tape here, in this case. I like to take that and basically mummify the discarded blade, especially around its edge. Like, frankly, I do the whole thing, but especially the edge, I can actually, cut stuff and things like that. So I just take it, I put it on the thing, and I just completely encase it. It's not necessarily... It doesn't have to be perfect, but just enough so that it's no longer a threat to anyone, or significantly reduced the likeliness of it causing an issue. Always remember, wrap it before you tap it. Always use protection. Alrighty. Now that that's thrown out, we can resume with a recently sharpened and better working knife. Oh, like butter. Oh, nothing like a nice sharp knife. Fucking love that shit, man. It's so good, it cuts things so well, it is so smooth, and it's like butter, and it's satisfying, and you just fucking love it, man. Ugh. Love my job. Oh, listen to that, the symphony. Smooth like Santana. These blades that I use, they're coated in my hockey. That's why they're so sharp, and it's why they're dyed black. But if you're not able to use armament hockey to coat your blades like that, that's fine. The brand that I recommend using is called OLFA, Olfa. These little black blades that come into this thing. They're painted black, but mines are hockey. If mines are hockey, why do I still need to ship and sharpen them? Well, that's easy, so I can demonstrate to all of you why it needs to be done. This is primarily an educational show, after all. Or, mostly, something like that. Yeah, it's why it took so long for me to break it in the first place, because I had to overpower my own hockey that I'd already imbued into it. And I've got cracked hockey, perk of my contracted fluid that gives me my powers. Anyway, that's one piece done. As in the piece of the template, not One Piece, the anime, and where hockey as a concept originates from. That won't be done for at least another 8 years, if you ask me. But hey, I'm enjoying it. I adore One Piece. It's one of my favorite shows out there. I just fucking love anime in general, man. Anime's fantastic. Robbie in chat says, ah. Thank you, Robbie. Very cool. That'll be really fun to edit that clip. What timestamp is that at? I can't tell. But according to, like the 46-minute mark. Thank you, OBS. Very cool. Now, there are many different types of blades that you can use for cutting things out of cardboard to get various degrees of precision and look and things of that nature. I am a bastard and an orc at my core, so I don't really care for things looking too pristine or clean or anything like that, so I don't necessarily find a need to use the finest of blades to make the smoothest of cuts or anything like that. I like it quick and I like it dirty. Everything else is just icing on the cake. So I rarely sand stuff. I don't use precision knives. I use the same box cutter for all cuts, big and small. I don't really give much of a damn if I cut things a little closer than I expected. Because at the end of the day, it rarely impacts how cool the build looks at the end. Significantly less than I really care about. The strategy that I've learned to adopt over the years is that, is it perfect? Hell no. Is it good enough? Hell yes. Perfect. Saves me a lot of mental anguish, and at the end of the day, I've come to learn that my standard of good enough is generally good enough for most people who didn't make it and can't immediately see all the flaws in it. I do have artist insecurities. I've just spent an unreasonable amount of time figuring out how to healthily counter them. Mental health has been one of the greatest investments I have ever made. I was on that shit before it was cool. I was a fucking trendsetter, and it has paid me dividends. I am like 3 different flavors of neurodivergent, but I'm chillin' most days. Chillin'. Meds are fantastic. Therapy is fantastic. Learning about how your brain works, just sitting with yourself. All of that's fantastic stuff. And the sooner you can learn how to spec into that, the better you aim to be. I was looking for. The sooner you, to put it in the reference of anime, the sooner, if you're Naruto, the sooner you can make peace with Kurama, the better you aim to be in life in general. Using Kurama as a metaphor for ADHD, anxiety, depression, whatever you want to call it. I typically use Kurama as a metaphor for ADHD. Learn how to make your peace with your demons, and your demons can become your allies. Or at the very least, amicable roommates in your psyche. Any peace of mind one can obtain is worth obtaining. It is priceless. Priceless. But that's a bit deep for 11 p.m. in the evening. Megatron asks, holy shit, Megatron, how can you make a stable cardboard shield for a video? I'd like to see that. A stable cardboard shield. Well, you can make the general shape of it as anything you want, but to give it stability, you're going to want to think about what's inside of it to act as a spine. In a tight situation, you can just use multiple layers of cardboard to reinforce it. You want to go a step further than that, you can arrange popsicle sticks in it in a specific pattern that's sturdy, kind of like how people make bridges out of smaller pieces. If you want to go a step above that, you can use harder, more sturdy materials like, say, PVC pipe or wooden dowels. Or just the maximum level of durability. You can just take an actual riot shield and just coat it in cardboard. They would never expect that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That sounds dangerous. But yeah. Spines are the key to increasing cardboard weapon durability. Weapon, armor, things like that. Unless you're making armor. In that case, you yourself are the spine. And the armor takes the job of, well, effectively acting as armor. So it's an interesting change in the dynamic. Who here reads Chainsaw Man? This new chapter is the epitome of never let him know your next move. That's all I'll say about it to avoid spoilers or anime-only watchers. I adore Chainsaw Man. It's like Kung Fu Panda if it was directed by Michael Bay. I will not be elaborating on that statement. You're just gonna have to interpret it like it's English literature or some shit. I don't know. Especially, primarily part 1. Part 2 is a bit different. Part 2 is the epitome of what is he cooking, but like in the best and most intriguing way. Fujimoto is the epitome of never let him know your next move. Because I never know what I'm getting into every time I read a new chapter. Every new chapter, I'm always like, oh boy, what crazy shit is Fujimoto cooked this week? It's like going to a hibachi grill, or it's like those old, what do you call them? Those America's Got Talent skits where the person like takes a big ass canvas and spray paints all over and like does hand painting on it, and you have no idea what it is, and then he flips it upside down. It's like a portrait of Morgan Freeman or some shit. It's just like, ah, of course. There was a method to the madness all along. It's just fun to see what exactly that was. These few pieces are done now, by the way, so that's cool. We're almost complete with this bit here. Lapis says, hello. Sup? Welcome to the stream. We're making a sword to fight vampires with. Alright, I need more cardboard. Where is it? Here we go. Alrighty, let's plot, plan, arrange, come, see, and conquer. Praise the Lord, break the law, take what's mine, take some more, it rains and pours, it rains and pours. Bob's your uncle. The scissors I use are fabric scissors, which are primarily designed for fabric, but they are really great for cutting out paper and cardboard in a very, very quick and efficient way. Yes, I said paper and cardboard. These things can very consistently and accurately cut cardboard, like standard issue cardboard boxes, like observe. Voila. Beautiful. I love them. Alright, that's 1, 2, should be a third here. 3. Perfect. That concludes the main base piece of the sword and part of the, I was looking for, the detail there. I'll get a little bit into the process I went in making it in a moment. Just get all these pieces here together. At the rate I'm going, we might actually finish this build quicker than I'm expecting. It's the beauty of having stimulants in your system like caffeine and Adderall. Lapis says, I watch your videos so much, it helps me to just do random stuff in my workshop. It's the floor of my office. Hell yeah! That's what it's all about. My goal is to one day just be the type of YouTuber that I very much enjoy, like Max1 Russian Badger, where the content is just really great to just like have as your background noise. Maybe fall asleep to it, maybe do your laundry to it. Problem is, I'm not very practiced at yapping that long, at least not while people are actually actively watching me. I yap a lot when I'm just by myself, and I just need to fill the neurodivergent need to fill the void of silence with something, anything. Maxor, Grand Line Review, Russian Badger, to name a few. Didn't intend for that to rhyme, but hey, we'll take it. I'm not sure when I adopted Hank Schrader's laugh as a vocal stem, but you know, we'll take it. Sassy baka. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll handle all of this and the other piece in a moment afterwards. Let's glue it all together. Oh hey, Shark Boy's back. Welcome back, Shark. Everyone say hi. Aurora Arts is who did you vote for? Let's not get into that kind of stuff tonight. I know we unite ourselves over cardboard. We don't divide ourselves over arbitrary things such as politics. But welcome to the stream, Aurora. It's good to have you here. Shark's back. Good to see you, Shark. Lapis. Oh wait, no. Elusive YouTube says, "How can I mount something to the side of my arm?" Good question. Good question. Let me finish gluing this down, then I'll think a little bit harder on it and give you an answer. Vroom, vroom, vroom. People in the place. If you wanna get down. Aurora, sorry, I was just curious. No problem, dude. It happens to all of us. Don't worry about it. People in the place. If you wanna get down, throw your hands in the air. Will I drop a beat now? Let the beat rock. Let the beat rock. Let the beat rock. Damn. Monster Energy is one hell of a substance. I am wired, engaged, and moving. Night moving, like Neil Cicerega. Anyone here listen to that guy's music? It's fantastic. The mouth albums, mouth sounds, mouth silence, mouth moods, mouth dreams. Fantastic. Mouth sounds is my personal favorite. Followed closely by mouth, mouth silence. Afterwards is mouth moods, then last is mouth dreams. Which I guess is technically the order in which they were released. It's not to say Neil fell off with any of it. It's just quite the contrary. I think he gets more polished with each one. It's just I personally like the older ones and the songs he used and selected for them better. Like, I would say that Mouth Dreams is definitely the most well structured of all the Mouth albums, but my personal favorite of them remains Mouth Sounds. Shark Boy says Monster Energy makes me turn to a gremlin. Yeah, that sounds about right. I drink relatively little of it, unless I need it, because it's so fascinating the way different caffeine drinks work, either in general or just for me. It's like, I don't need a whole lot of caffeine to really get me going. On average, I drink like maybe like half of one of these a day when I'm really working, and less in the weekend, because I quite like sleep. More artists, Monster makes you so sleepy. How the Sam hell does that work? It does the exact opposite for me. I drink like maybe 2-3 sips, maybe 3 fluid ounces of Monster Energy, and I don't know how to act. It's crazy. I start throwing cars and shit. It's impressive stuff, really. But in seriousness, the interesting thing about different stimulants and how they work for my body is that coffee is interesting because it's kind of like coffee is like your Samsung alarm clock, while Monster Energy is your Apple alarm clock. Coffee is like, hey buddy, wakey wakey, eggs and bakey, we've got work to do, it's time to get up, let's get that bread and grind. While Monster Energy is like, wake up motherfucker, we got shit to do. And it's both effectively get the job done, just some are more, also looking for, preferable for different situations than others. So, yeah. It's like that one scene in, if anyone's seen the Batman, the most recent Batman movie, where he like injects himself with adrenaline and he goes absolutely ham, turning a man's face into nearly turns a man's face into mashed potatoes because he shot him with a shotgun. Reasonable crash out, but that's literally what it's like consuming too much caffeine for me, especially concentrated caffeine like Monster, which is crazy because Monster, at least the regular ones, don't even have too much caffeine in them. It's like, well, at least as far as energy drinks are concerned, I've experimented with ones that are more powerful, and Monster just seems to be the one that's the best middle ground for me. The more you know, the more you learn. Alrighty, Elusive. I promised I'd get back to you, and now's that time. Elusive asks, I've been working on a large cubic gauntlet glove that has a handle inside to hold on to. Fascinating. We talking like, what do you mean by cubic glove? You mean like Vi from Arcane's, where it's just like very bulky, or like Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet? Or you mean Cubian as like 8-bit, kind of like like what's a classic robot? Kind of like Optimus Prime here. Like, we talking like this kind of cubic, or like, what do you mean specifically? Oh, Lapis is working on a ballistic vest. Once done with that, make a mask and helmet. Nice, very nice indeed. I've made my share of vest and armored pieces and things of that nature. It's quite fun. Quite the learning curve, but it gets fun. Whenever you make something and you keep failing, and do you absolutely demolish or keep trying? Depends on how I'm feeling. Shark Boy, depends on how I'm feeling. I don't often, not to brag or whatever, just stating a fact. I rarely find myself unsatisfied with a build. Like when I start, 9 times out of 10, I finish it and I'm happy with the result. Which on the pro side, as I rarely encounter failures with it, but on the con side, I take failures twice as hard. So, you know, you take what you get. But in those instances where they do fail, I just I'm a very tenacious motherfucker. I will do everything I can to ensure that it doesn't fail. But if it does fail, I'm just like, I have to just like, what I've learned to do, what the healthy thing to do is just be like, you know what? Nah, that's enough of that. I'm not gonna touch that anymore tonight. But the immediate response is to fucking decimate it. For what it has done, it is wrong to me, it has wasted my time, so it must burn. But yeah. Elusive says, as in a literal cube, it's got a fish shape in the front. Ah, okay. In that case, well, is like the hand portion designed to move, or is it just supposed to be stationary? Like this is like the hand, and like this is like the fish on top of it, kind of like that. Does it like hold still, or are you supposed to be able to move it? Let me get cutting these. The glue's dried enough. Let me finish cutting these out, then I'll read more of your questions. Keep them coming. I quite enjoy answering them and things like that. Ah, shite. You betrayed me. I thought you were glued together, but you are not. How dare you? Fuck. Damn it, now I gotta fucking realign it and everything like that. You piece of shit. How dare you? How fucking dare you? Come on, man. Uncool. Get with the program, dick. Ugh. Alrighty. Let's try that again. Much better. I don't know why that song stuck in my head. I haven't heard it in ages. I think it's because it's recently spooky season, and I remember seeing this one video on YouTube. Can't find it for the life of me, but basically someone pitch shift Toto's Africa to spooky scary skeletons. So it was like, spooky scary skeletons send shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul and seal your doom tonight. Spooky scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek. Shriek, 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 shriek. Something like that. It was the funniest shit imaginable to me when I first saw it in I think it was like my sophomore year of high school. It's been years. But spooky season recently wrapped up, so I must have had it on the brain because of that. She spooked on my scary toy skeleton. As I said earlier, I'm pretty sure we'll finish this significantly faster than I expected. So what I want to do after this is I could play some video games. That's what I think I'd most likely do. But play video games. We can make another cardboard project. I could just answer questions. We've got options. We'll play it by ear. Well, it's entirely possible that I'm entirely overestimating how much energy I've got. By the time I finish this, I'll just really want to go to sleep. Which is entirely possible. So, we've got options, but terms and conditions may apply. It's important to know yourself, lads. As Sun Tzu said, and Technoblade echoed, if you know yourself and if you know yourself and you know your enemy, you need not fear the outcome of 100 battles. Rest in peace, Technoblade. Fucking inspiration to us all. Elusive TV says it's pretty much based on Doomfist design feels Roblox or Minecraft. Fascinating. Alright, so the original question was how to keep it on your arm without it falling off. Well, there are several ways you could go about doing it. I'd say the easiest one is to incorporate a glove into it. Kind of like here. Similar to how my usual gauntlets work, what I do is incorporate a glove into it so that the design itself is entirely dependent on the glove significantly stronger hold to my hand, because aside from this is more or less loose cardboard. Like this stitch here is carrying the entire system on its shoulders, metaphorically. If the glove was missing, I wouldn't be able to move this in tandem with it. So that's the first thing I'd recommend. That is if it's attached to your forearm, that's all I recommend. But if it's attached to, say, your upper arm, I would recommend attaching it to something that's connected to your shoulder. Yes, that's the right shoulder. I'm looking at OBS right here primarily to make sure I'm oriented correctly. I'm still getting used to, mirror images, whatever. Point I'm saying is connected to something that's already designed to connect a part of your body. So whether that's an old shirt, whether that's something like, if it were me, I would probably connect it to something like this part of my apron here, connected to a glove, options like that. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. That's the point I'm making. But what you're making sounds really awesome, so, if you're in the Discord server, please share an image of what it looks like. Love to see that. One of these days I'm gonna make a Doomfist gauntlet. That sounds like so much fun. My eye's been on it for years. Never had the timing has never been right. Feel like I still need to iron out a few more skills before I can tackle it. Perfecting cardboard armor recently with the armor that I made for Halloween has significantly boosted my confidence with being able to do that, so maybe that day will come significantly sooner than expected. One thing I think would also be fun to do is to make Vi's gauntlets since Arcane's coming back. Yeah. That seems like fun. Also a challenge. That's another huge challenge with being Jeb the Boxsmith, is having to. Some advice for if you want to be a cardboard content, if you want to be an art content creator like me, you have to keep in mind the time it's going to take for you to be able to make projects and also, interact with your audience and stay some semblance of relevant. I'm very fortunate. All of you guys are very what's looking for generous and allow me to take comedic leaves of absence while I work on stuff behind the scenes. Because like Springtrap, I always come back. But that doesn't change the fact that it's not good for the long-term health of my channel the more I do that. So if I'm in the lab for months at a time cooking something impressive, I risk YouTube not showing my audience what exactly I made when I come back and things of that nature. So it's a delicate balance between this would be really cool to make, but it'd take a solid month, and I can't really take off. I don't want to take off a month like that right now, and this is significantly less cool, but I can get it done quicker. So things of that nature. And finding compromises until either you can figure out a way to reach a middle ground, or you can get big enough to pay someone to do other things so you can focus your entire time on those other things. It's a work in progress. None of you need to worry about that right now. That's what Papa Jeb is here for. I'm doing this army crawl so one day one of y'all can fucking sprint. Modest Mistress, what current events have you stressed, bro? Master Testificate, the former cardboard king and grand boxsmith, has escaped the containment I'd put him in. It was shaped like his head. I have it mounted above my desk, and I looked under it. Turns out there's a massive hole in it, in the bottom, and that must mean his soul escaped and is now trying to inhabit a new body. So yeah, we have to worry about that now. Shark Boy says, see you later, Jeb. Also, good luck with what you're making. Thanks, Shark Boy. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy your evening, I assume. Is there enough space on this to cut this out? Yeah, probably. We'll go with that. Yeah, that I can save it for this one over here. Which would give me the most surface area? Okay. Because keep in mind, I gotta duplicate all of this. Fuck it, we're gonna do this one, because this one's actually not entirely necessary. This one's made specifically for people who are just starting out with this kind of thing, but if you're advanced boxsmith, you don't really need to use this. We'll get to that later. It says, yo, I'm hearing weird noise outside, pretty sure he found me. Shit, am I cooked? He currently lacks a temporal form. Cardboard-based life forms like him and Louis have to be grounded in a body in order to directly influence the affairs of man, so you're probably safe unless you have cardboard that's hypermobile. Think of it like Full Metal Alchemist laws. Megatron says, I'm going to sleep now. See you next time, Jeb. Thanks, Megatron. Good luck conquering Cybertron. I'll see you next time. Say it Optimus for me. Alrighty. This piece, that's where I was going to cut this one out here. Oh, I did say I'd play Zenless Zone Zero. That last video I made, so maybe we'll do that after we're done with the sword here. That sounds like fun. Still never played it. So, y'all could watch me fuck around in my first Hoyoverse game. That sounds like fun. If all goes to plan, I'll probably stream again later this week. So, we'll see how that goes. That sounds gonna be fun too. Good. Lapis is bad news. I may or may not have a full closet of cardboard armor I made. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. But, in case you aren't, in case you aren't, I hope you're fast. I wish I could do more for you, but I hope you are fast. Well, Lapis is probably dead. It was nice knowing them. But their end will So who likes Castlevania? Castlevania is fun. I really liked the show they made on Netflix. It was really good. The sword's loosely inspired by the older games, actually. So that's fun. That's good. We're gonna wait for that to dry a bit. In the meantime, I'm gonna show you all the gist of what this looks like. Because we've reached the quota of only needing the 2 pieces of cardboard. Which means now, if we just do everything again on these 2 pieces, we will only need that 1 cardboard box. Let's go! Alrighty. So that goes there, that goes there. Oh, no, that goes there, and that goes there. And that's... Yes, that's it. It's like that. Hey guys, just got this new vessel, told you can't contain me forever. God damn it, Testificate. Louis still stronger than you, you know. Release him or I'll have Louis eat your soul or some shit. Oh, okay. Yo, Lou! Yeah. How do you feel about eating your uncle's soul? What's, what was that to you? Yeah? Yeah, no, it's... Well, you could probably find him. You know, you can go anywhere cardboard is. You just think of... Yeah, I know. Listen. I know. But I didn't. Are you going to help me or not? Fine. Okay. Alrighty, Louis is going to, investigate it within the next 1 to 3 business days, so, hopefully you can hold out till then. You know, the way these are lined up, I could probably make a shorter sword than a longer sword. Something like that. That'd be neat. Because these pieces are roughly the same size and everything like that. Cool. You know, maybe one of these days I can make a sword that, like, extends like that. Kind of like an umbrella. That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be neat. Anyway... Oh, balls in a nutsack, come on. I just glued that on. You mean to tell me you just take that long to glue? That's some bullshit. Bolshevik. Yes, at long last, it's finally cutting out. Yes. Good, very good. Yes. Doom. Pigs of Doom. Rock says, hello, Jeb. Hello, Rock. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. We're making a sword. If you want to follow along, then the pinned comment, there's a template. It's free. Just cut it out and follow along with either this video or the VOD. It's up to you. I'm just here for a chill stream. Cut out some cardboard this lovely evening. Or I guess it's technically morning. It's like 12:30 where I am. East Coast motherfuckers. Ew. Casting East Coast magic at a West Coast angle. I am him. I've been him. I will continue to be him. I got my DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% Himalayan. I'm him Cubies, him Kardashian, him Buck 2, Himon and Pumbaa. The Cuban link will turn your diamond tester to a pipe bomb. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Hey Jeb, I keep forgetting humans need to rest their meat bodies, so I got to go now. Ah, you've grown rusty, my old teacher. Alright, well, we'll kill you another day. Enjoy yourself. See ya. And Lapis, if you're hearing this, have a lovely evening. I'm sorry about what happened. We'll rescue your soul sooner or later. I might be able to bribe Louie into getting to you faster. We'll see how it goes. Keep you posted. But, good night. What's the next stream gonna be, though, so I can tell my drones the proper house to raid? Haha, very funny. Probably gonna be making like a chain whip. I've got a Castlevania taste, so probably something like the Belmont's alchemy whip or something like that. Be cool. We'll see how it goes, though. RMS asks, what am I making? What is he cooking? I am making a longsword. If you want to know what it looks like, or if you want the template to follow along, there's a link to it that's the pinned comment there. Template's completely free. There for you to follow along at your leisure, or just watch me cook it. Cook it in a good way. I do be cooking. Oh good, looks like Lapis is able to resist Testificrate's possession. That's good. That'll be alright. Probably. Neat. Rock says, time for my advanced water drinking. Hell yeah, Rock. That's absolutely right. Once you finish this, I'm gonna take my water break too. Which means I will compel all of you to drink your water as well. Otherwise, I will have Louie come and eat your souls. Hydration is very important. I'm on my jigsaw timing. If you do not respect the beautiful life and body you've been given, then I will have Louie take it from you. I'll have Louie take your soul from you and put it into cardboard. Elusive asks, how will one mount a blade to one's arm? That is an excellent question, Elusive. Frankly, I don't entirely know. I have several ideas, but I can't remember the last time I've actually tried it myself. It's food for thought, though. I'd absolutely give it a try sooner than later, though. You asking about it makes me think about wanting to do that myself. Maybe something like Optimus Prime's blades from the Bayformers movies. Yeah, that'd be cool. Or like Edward Elric's little bayonet that he summons from his arm. If I could figure out a way to attach to my gauntlet, that'd be even cooler. Yeah. Joshua Beladeres, apologies if I butchered that pronunciation, asks, how am I? I'm good, I'm good. Been better, been worse. I'm making cardboard stuff, so, you know, better than I was before. You know how it is. You know how we do. If I can make any y'all's days a little bit brighter as a result of my being here, then that brightens my day up as well. Make some good come out of the last 24 hours. In the final template, should I make an indicator that you only need the outer part of this circle? Or will people just kind of get that from the implication of the instructions and the product image? It'll probably be fine. I have faith in my adventurers. Y'all are reasonably smart folk. Any event if you weren't, I still love y'all. Because y'all are my people, and I am your king. And a king is nothing without his people. So I thank you all for being my people. It is hot as hell in this fucky ass hot ass room up here. Is that the Grim Reaper? Rock said, I'm procrastinating because of you. Procrastination, I know her well. Yeah, that sounds about right. I use YouTube to procrastinate myself all the time. Well, it is my hope that if you do whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing right now, you're still able to get it done in a reasonable amount of time. And that you're able to use this time you're here in my stream as a nice reprieve from whatever it is that you need to actually be doing right now. Because we all need that. We all need a nice reprieve from the horrors, trademark, from the void, whenever we're able to get it. No one can thug it out forever without some assistance. I mean, shit, maybe you can. I certainly can't. I need this shit. If you're anything like me, you need it too, so, you know, I'm happy to provide. Just a beggar pointing to where the bread is, to quote, I think it was Andy Mineo? I don't remember. I mean, I do remember, I'm just almost ashamed to admit I listened to Andy Mineo. Ashamed isn't the right word. It was a phase. Alright, yeah, that's pretty good. Shave and a haircut, 2 bits. Alright, that's enough of that. Alrighty. Lisa says, whenever I want to create something out of cardboard, all I have to do is grab a few sheets of cardboard and then sit on my floor and create a masterpiece. That's what it's all about. Yes, I am the same way. Except I have since upgraded to a table and various other fixings, but the soul is there. It is the nature of a thing, not the form that it takes. Your floor is equal to my table in the grander scheme of boxsmithing. Alright, we've got all the pieces that we need, at least half of them. I'm going to count the other ones in a minute, but right now, it is time for a water break. In future streams, I'll probably have a actual dedicated water break song like I used to when I was doing this like a year ago, but for now, we're just gonna work with what we got. So, as always, this is our water break. I always tell you to stay hydrated, to drink lots of water, so it keeps the cardboard people from possessing you. Keeps you moist, keeps you healthy, keeps you powerful. Water is fantastic. It's never to be taken for granted how we have easy access to it. So yes, take your water and consume it with vigor. I shall join you. Cheers, lads. Delicious. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I feel like a fucking glow stick. Damn. Not sure if you can hear my bones popping, but believe me, they are. Full body reset. Oof. I feel like I just hit refresh on all my brain tabs. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling indeed. Whew. Alrighty. Yes. says I have the sudden urge to quote the Russian Badger, but the Russian Badger, go for it. I could probably tell you what video the quote's from. I've been watching Badger for years. I think his Payday 2 series was the first one I watched, circa 2020. Good streamer. Makes good videos. Very fun, very entertaining. Alrighty, let's get these second pieces done. Let's get this shit. Top of the morning. Alrighty. So, if I was thinking, what I would have done is cut out all these pieces while they were still on the cardboard and double up the cardboard, but we'll save that for another stream. We're learning, we're growing, that's how it be, that's how we do. Instead, I'm gonna take that surprise tool that I mentioned earlier, and use Bucksmith Advanced Privilege to summon a legendary tool, the pliers stapler. And this is gonna make things go significantly faster than if I didn't have it. Rock says, have I made merch? Technically, the answer is yes. The short answer is yes. The long answer is yes, but I'm not proud of it. I've made merch. I have not made merch that I am proud of selling just yet. Slash, enough people available to purchase it. Yet. Yet is the key word being. I intend to in the future. It's just the conditions aren't just right yet. Maybe for 50k followers, maybe for 50k subscribers, something like that. We'll see how it goes. That number's like a solid, what? At this rate, several months away. Maybe like February or something like that. Who knows? Maybe 50k is a bit short notice. Maybe 100k. 100k definitely. Definitely 100k. Anyway, we're gonna use this pliers stapler here. And we're gonna staple everything onto these two sheets of paper, effectively bypassing the need to use a glue gun, because we've already got the different pieces that we need here. And we're just gonna arrange them, and then just staple them, and then we'll unstaple them, and then we'll be Gucci Mane. This may or may not be a challenge. Okay, so maybe we won't do that one. Maybe that one will go here. Instead we'll do this one. And yeah, that'll work. How many pieces can I fit on here? That is a good question. Oh, Hulu's is challenging my Badger knowledge. Let me ask you, what comes out of Walmart? The answer being roughly a Menard's worth of contractors, or 40 rednecks with shotguns, depending which video you want to go with. It's either that's either the Lethal Company video, or the Lethal Company's the Menard's contractors quote bit. The rednecks with shotguns, that's Insurgency Sandstorm. Told you, I'm good. Russian Badger's my emotional support white guy. I know very well a lot of his videos and what his quotes come from. Very quotable man. Very entertaining. Shit. Good enough. Perfect. This is just correct. Damn right it's correct. I told you, I know these things. Shit. Am I out? Nope. Just a jam, probably. Is that a jam? No, we're good. We're good. We're cooking. We're cooking. We're Gucci. We lit. We live. We loving life. Shouldn't there be another one of those? Yes, and it goes And it goes like this. Mega Chris asks, what are you making, Jeb? Excuse me. Hello, Mega Chris. Welcome. I am making a sword. A long sword. It's going very well, actually. I've yet to encounter any problems with it, which is good. Really good sign. Let me go make this chop here. Chop, chop. I love a sharp knife, man. In addition to just being significantly more satisfying, it's also just a lot safer to use than a dull knife because sharp knives I have absolute control over. And control is sexy. Shit, gotta jam. Mega Chris asks, what spine am I going to use? That is an excellent question. Glad that you brought that up. We'll get to that. I was going to save it for a bit later, but the spine of the day we're going to be using is some bamboo skewers I've got lying around. I've got like two. Hang on a second. I'm looking to see if I put my pliers in here. Oh yeah, they're right there. Sweet. Just gotta clear this jam. Ah. Shit. Yeah. Hey, got it. Right there. I'm not sure if you could see that, but there's a staple there. Gotcha. Oh, there's another one. Let's get rid of that too, since we're here. Oh, that was even easier. Love to see it. Love to see it. Cool. Cool. What was I talking about again? Right, someone asked me what spine I was using. Yes, bamboo skewers, that's what we're going to be using today for a spine. Alternatively, you could also use a ruler. That's what they've used in the prototype design. Yep, alright, that's good for now. I'm just going to save that for later. Patrick McMahon's asked what am I cooking with again. Master Testificate is back. He escaped containment. He is now most likely plotting his revenge or some shit. Against me and those who sealed him away in the first place. Don't worry, things are under control for now. Nothing to worry about. What the hell is wrong with my pliers stapler? Why are you not functioning properly, little one? Is there a jam? Also, welcome to the stream, Patrick. Good to have you. Ah! Son of a bitch. Ah, there we go. Romans 13 says, tactical pen save that staple. You can just run in a modern clicky pen. Maybe, maybe. I never considered that. Alright, we clear? Shit, we are not clear. It's like playing Operation, just without the extremely loud and correct buzzer. Anyone play Operation? Is that... Do kids still play board games? Like... Parker Brother board games? Do people still... Do kids still play those? Or am I old? Are board games obsolete? Do people still play like Monopoly, Candy Crush, Uno? Like physically Uno? Like not the one that comes free with your Xbox? People still play board games? Or am I just old as shit? I don't know if I'm ready to hear people don't play board games anymore. That's just a relic of my era. In jail is crazy. Holy shit. Fuck. Frankly, that was kind of satisfying. It was like a grand ping reload. Never seen a stapler do that before. You ever seen a stapler do a case eject? You ever seen a stapler do a casing eject? Now you have. Alrighty. It was the TV says I play chess. Okay, but do you play chess physically, or do you play chess like at the chess.com chess? That's the difference I'm looking for here. Of course, people play games digitally, but do you like regularly like have a physical chessboard and play people with it? Or again, am I just old as shit? Physical systems. Okay, okay. I've beaten the Unk allegations once more. Thank God. Good. Very good. Patrick says I play physical board games. Okay, great. Spectacular. I'm not that old yet. Alrighty. That's the most I'm able to get out of that one. So we still got like what? 1, 2, 3. Is that it? Oh no, 4. We should okay, no, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so just these left. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm Omega says you look young. Thank you, Omega. Thank you. I appreciate it. Perks of my eternal contract. I look significantly younger than I am. But not too much younger. It's like, shut up. Fucking God. It's late, I need to stop talking. Elusive asks, sorry to ask him, have you played Roblox? I have not played Roblox. I was always a Minecraft kid. I always heard about Roblox. I have friends who played Roblox growing up. That just wasn't a canon event for me. I hear good things about it. Like, I remember Doors being popular for a while. I remember hearing that Blox Fruits was like the One Piece game that's on there. I only know about it because one of my best performing videos was one with Whitebeard's weapon. I looked into the analytics for that. It turns out a lot of people found that video, found it because YouTube recommended it to them because Whitebeard's Naginata Murokomogiri is also featured in the Blox Fruits Roblox game. So I was like, huh, interesting. Patrick Man says you can still play old school Minecraft if you've got a disc. Crazy experience though. Like, I can imagine. Like old Minecraft, like old Xbox 360 era Minecraft, like the Stampy Long John era of Minecraft, just feels completely different in nature to modern Minecraft. It's like it's night and day. Not necessarily. It's not saying it's a bad thing. I think I don't necessarily view change as a good or bad thing necessarily. I'm more inclined to say good because I'm an optimist like that. But still, it's just very different. Same soul, different vessel. Like Doctor Who. Minecraft is like the Time Lords that regenerates. I've been seeing a lot of Doctor Who shorts on my YouTube short feed. Not complaining though, quite enjoy it. It's adding a lot more British to my vocal stems though, so that's something. Haven't had that since I was a kid. Patrick Man says, I saw Walmart have OG Minecraft for like $50. Wow. Omega says, different casing, same software. Yep, that's it. Alrighty, that should be almost everything right here and right here. So once we finish cutting these little bitty boys out, we should be good to go and have all the pieces we need. Splendid. Excellent. Let us begin. Might be able to use these, but it's too much trouble just getting so used they get thrown away. Cast aside, there's no coming home. Weapon and chaos in the wind, drifting in the ocean alone. Romans 13 says the morning star is a monster. I did bushcraft version of that, put a stick on like a shield, Hell yeah. Lucy says the Doors fan game is called Pressure, and Gianni's VA's character called Sebastian. Doors and Pressure are the same thing? Huh. Interesting. I didn't know about that. The extent of what I know about Pressure is that it has one track that sounds very similar to a track that's an Ultra Kill. Especially one of my favorite tracks, War Without Reason. I forget what the Pressure variant is called though, but I remember Akita, the creator of Ultra Kill and composer of most of the music, tweeted about him being annoyed that people kept comparing his song to the Doors one, which is understandable, I guess. Ultra Kill's fun as hell. I fell off of it big time, but I still enjoy duking out with Minos Prime every now and then. It's one of my favorite boss fight encounters of all time. Lucius says it's heavily inspired by Ultra Kill. Yeah. Patrick McMahon's asked, dumb question, there's no such thing, but are you only sticking to making medieval and anime weapons? I make whatever looks cool to me, and enough people want to see. Whatever there's a middle ground within there, I feel inclined to make it. I used to primarily do like melee-ish weapons, but that rule has since changed over the years. I've made guns, I've made knives, I've made gun knives. Have I made a gun knife? I should make a gun knife, that'd be cool as hell. But no. I just make whatever looks and seems. I just make whatever I feel looks cool. Why do you ask something specific you want to see me make one day? Feel free to ask. I'm always looking for new inspiration. Omega says I'm thinking of making cosplay of Kane Rider's Gav Gurican form, which is a beefy form with a Gatling gun. I have no idea what any of those words mean, but it sounds kick-ass, so I'd say go for it. Romans 13 says Assassin's Creed Hidden Blade is trending. I'm working on a few 3D printed and OTF in. It's so flimsy though. Miss the old days of. I want to do the Zephoid. Oh, Kamen Rider. Okay. That I am at least somewhat familiar with Kamen Rider. Cool. Very cool. Patrick McMahon says, have you ever made a scythe? Once, many years ago. It was for a school project long before I was the boxsmith. Since then, I don't think so. But one of these days, I'd love to make Testament scythe from Guilty Gear, specifically Guilty Gear Strive. Luciv asks, how can I make a gauntlet with movable fingers controlled by my real fingers? Excellent fucking question. That is a technique I've still haven't mastered just yet, but I certainly want to try it. It'd be so cool to do. But I personally haven't done it since I made my first project, which was a very rudimentary hand extension like that, but use yarn and reinforce all the different fingers with spines to keep them from bending in ways you don't want them to. That's the most immediate advice I can give to you for that. if I get the time, I'd love to make Vi's gauntlets from Arcane, but I do not know if I can make them in a reasonable enough amount of time to make the return on investment worth it. Because, like, I'd have to... No, I'm not gonna think about it too hard, because if I start thinking about it, I'm gonna start wanting to do it. If I start wanting to do it, I'm gonna actually do it, and then the consequences will be damned. No, not right now. Not right now. There will become a time. There will come a time. Not right now, Jeb. Not right now. Shit. Yeah, I probably should have seen that coming. Time for another special case tool. This time we've got the dedicated cardboard knife. And this is really good because it actually acts like a saw more than a. Mine's dull and I don't know how to sharpen it, so I just kind of do. It's serrated, so it doesn't really need to be sharpened as much as, say, a non-serrated blade, because it's operates differently. It's supposed to force pieces apart roughly, not really smoothly, so you get a lot of mileage out of it like this. Voila. Don't need that. Romans 13 asks masks. Yeah, I got a few over here. They're really neat. Quite proud of them. Each one of them belongs to a member of my high guard. I can use the mask as a conduit to summon them. It's cool as hell. You've all seen the Shadow Wizard cardboard gang. You've seen the High Guard in their rookie years before. So those are what their masters look like now. Everyone starts with the stock mask, but over time, as you get promoted to higher levels, you get to customize your mask. If you ever happen to try Roblox, Pillar Chase 2 is pretty cool. Alright, I'll keep that in mind, thanks. Patrick says, by the way, only reason I asked if you only make anime and medieval weapons because I thought it'd be cool if you made something from Fallout. Ah, most of some of the weapons are futuristic guns. Ah, neat. I'd definitely consider it. I made it's kind of decommissioned from my fight with Michael Reeves, but I did make power armor from Fallout. You could probably find image of it on my YouTube posts feed. Got a video of me posted up with a guy from the Brotherhood of Steel. Gave me a lot of interesting information with that. I also got caps. I'll show y'all. Real authentic motherfucking caps. These are so cool. Someone saw me in my power armor and just walked up and gave me these. They're really fun. I quite like them. See, I've heard great things about the Fallout games. Well, the ones that people say great things about. So, like, you know, New Vegas, primarily New Vegas. I actually have New Vegas on my machine. It's just I didn't play it because I started playing and got like 15 minutes through it, and then I realized, you know what this game's missing? Cybernetic implants in reckless abandon. And then I realized I had Cyberpunk 2077, and I started playing that, and I kind of forgot Fallout existed after that. So, not knocking the game, I think it's fantastic. It's just, I was looking for an open world experience. I was trying out different things. Fallout was alright. I was blessed enough to have a machine that could run Cyberpunk. I gave Cyberpunk a try. It grabbed me by the neck. Command grabbed me by the mission called Heroes, and I never looked back. Big Main says, just checked your power alarm, looks really good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Worked hard on it. Took like a solid month. Like, Elusive YouTube said, a feedbacker arm would go crazy. It absolutely would. You saw on Twitter that Hikita recently remastered the texture for the feedbacker. It looks so good. Yeah, I definitely do that one of these days. That's another challenge of being the boss. So many builds I want to build. So many things I want to make. So many things I will one day make. But it's just, so many good choices. It's hard to pick. But yeah. Patrick Mann says, pretty sure there's mod that has cybernetics. Yeah, I can imagine. But still. Lucy says parry moments. Yeah. Alright, that takes care of that and that. Romans 13 says, you did a Crusader bucket helmet. Yes, I did. That's it right there, if you can see it in the background. Whoa, we're halfway there. Oh, Squidward on a chair. My friend has a Gabriel and Aminos Prime cosplay on Roblox. Nice. Gianni Machagrana, if I pronounced that correctly, is such a good voice actor. He brings so much life to all the roles he does, and his memes online are really fun. But my personal favorite role of his, of course, is Gabriel Ultrakill. I used to play his Ultrakill stream when he was promoting Act 2 dropping, where he played the entire where Gabriel hijacked the stream from him and played Ultrakill in character and played Ultrakill. It was very entertainment. It was very entertainment. I used to use that video to listen to when I was having trouble falling asleep some nights. Good stuff. Very good stuff. Well, this one's almost done here. Just gonna get this piece cut out, and we will be good to go. Patrick Mant wants to know, what is my favorite sci-fi movie? Yours is probably District 9. Ooh, good question. What is my favorite sci-fi movie? I've got several that you can go with on a technicality, like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs is technically a sci-fi movie in the sense that it uses science to create fantastical things. But if you want to talk about like a classic sci-fi movie, like your Star Wars, your Alien, even though that's kind of a technicality, because my favorite most recently is definitely Alien Romulus. Holy shit, is that movie something else. But all time, if you want to count it, dang, another one. Ugh, I love sci-fi movies so much. Transformers 1 is my most recent favorite, actually. Alien Romulus was one before that. Transformers 1's the current one. It reigns supreme as all around the best Transformers movie. But as I grew up with them, and as I adore the effects and stuff used in them, the Bayformer movies will always have a special place in my heart. just the aesthetic is what got me into Transformers for a bulk of my upbringing. So they're, I don't really want to say comfort movies for me, but they're definitely fun watches if you can turn your brain off for 2 hours. Some better than others. I feel they're best enjoyed in their highlight moments. Like, I may not sit down and watch the entirety of Transformers Revenge of the Fallen like that, because I don't think I've actually seen the entire movie since I first saw it in circa it came out in 2009. I obviously didn't see it in 2009 because I was way too young to be watching a movie like that. So I would have seen it several years later. I saw it with my dad when I was in late elementary school, so circa 20... whenever I last saw it. I haven't seen it in its entirety since, but I have certainly seen my favorite moments from it. Keenly the forest battle, the final battle in Egypt, Devastator transforming. Every fandom has its annoying fact. For Lord of the Rings people, it's how what's his name broke his toe when he kicked that helmet in that one scene. For us Transformers fans, it's the fact that the transformation sequence for Devastator in Transformers 2 literally melted the computer that was rendering it. It was that absurdly complex. And it makes sense. It's very elaborate. It looks very cool. From a coding standpoint, apparently it's actually dog shit. Like, if you actually talk to people who know how to do visual effects, they will say that it was dog shit and how it was made. It was no wonder why it made a computer literally explode. But to the average Joe like myself, who's like hee hee hoo hoo, cool robot, it's cool as hell. Yeah. That's the pile of stuff that has or hasn't been cut out yet. Has been cut out yet. Speaking of has and has been, y'all hear that like the entire plot of like season 2 of Hazbin Hotel got leaked? Ain't that some shit? That's some crazy stuff. Like I'm not onto her like that. I learned about it through Classic Man D. I'm just like, that's some fuck shit. It's like, you can say what you want about Vizzy Pop or whatever, but come on, you don't just spoil someone's entire show like that. What about the people who enjoyed it? I enjoyed it. I actually quite liked Hazbin Hotel. I thought it was very charming. I thought it was very entertaining. And now I gotta watch my step looking for content related to it. Because apparently they dropped some like big stuff related to that was supposed to be revealed whenever the season was supposed to come out. Like, that's just some shit, man. Come on. Have some class. I'm not completely against piracy, but professionals have standards. Sniper PF2 said it best. If you're gonna leak a show that can handle getting leaked like that. Don't leak an indie show. That's punching down. That's some fuck shit. I don't like that. Again, professionals have standards. If you're going to be a degenerate, if you're going to be a dick, if you're going to be a villain or a criminal, be classy about it. There are rules, Jonathan, that are what separate us from the animals. Fuck's sake. Anyway, we're about done here. There's about all the pieces that we need. Alright, Elusa says, banger idea, saw blade launcher or sword machine sword. Ooh. Saw blade launcher or sword machine sword. Oh, be still my boxsmithing brain and heart. Oh, that sounds so cool. That sounds like so much fun to make. One of these days. Patrick remains is personally not a fan of it, but yeah, true. Exactly. You don't gotta be a fan of something to respect that. That's just some bullshit. Alrighty, let's put together a sword. First off, we're gonna do a dry fit to make sure everything looks good. Everything fits together. Alright, that's the handle. Good. Excuse me. That's the blade. Top of the blade. There's a piece on top of it right there. And then one thing on top of that, like that. And then on top of that goes this one. Alright, that looks good. This one, that looks good. Lucy says, speaking of Hasbro Hotel, I made an Alistair Kane for a friend. Hell yeah, that's cool as hell. Pun entirely intended. Yeah, yeah. That goes there. That goes there. Ugh, it's getting late enough in the night that I'm starting to lose some of my hand-eye coordination. Drat. Double drat. Alrighty, that goes there, that goes there. That comes later. That goes there. And then this, and this. That goes there. Good, good. That goes on top of it like that. And then lastly, that goes there. And then that goes in there. That goes on top of it, roughly like that. And yeah, that looks good. Cool. All right, we're gonna put it all together now. Omega asked, do I want any web show recommends? Sure, please send them my way. But type that out while I go grab the spine. Spine's acquired. And sufficiently stretched. I'm gonna use these two bamboo skewers here. Spine. I specifically designed the build so that they should roughly fit. At least good enough. Preferably, I'd use a ruler or like a or like a meter stick. But you know, I used the last meter stick on the prototype of this, so I'm gonna use these instead. They'll work just as fine. That's the beauty of boxmithing. There's no incorrect way of doing things. It's just a matter of personal preference and efficiency. Alrighty, let's get assembling. Start off by taking all the different pieces here. Come on now. There's no need to be bougie. Just yoink it out with my nails. Not particularly long, but they're durable enough to do this. Good. What's that? Ah! It's pulling apart. No! Let's get that. The ideas can't stop. Hear me out. Gabriel helmet? Yeah, that'd be fun. Hell, if I do the helmet, I might as well do the entire Gabriel cosplay. That'd be cool. Patrick Mason says, one of the OG web shows are probably Madness Combat made in like 2000 Newgrounds. I'm very familiar with Madness Combat. I didn't necessarily grow up on Newgrounds, but I was a little bit more sheltered from unfiltered internet access, so I didn't really grow up on Newgrounds, but I did come to appreciate it later on in life. So yeah, Madness Combat, quite familiar with it. Good stuff, good stuff. I binged like the entirety of it until they started making new episodes recently. I freaking love underground artists and the content they make and stuff like that. Psychic Pebbles, Cast Vandipol, Madness Combat, Derpix, fuck it, Derpixen. Yeah, I'll stand on that. Listen, art is art. If you make art that's like that, it's still art. There's still a skill ceiling to it. There's still a difference between the impressive stuff and the less than impressive stuff. And the impressive stuff, props, I give props where props is due. That's what I say. That's what I have to say on that. Alrighty. No Evil by Betsy Lee, Murder Jones or Digital Circus by Glitch. Fucking love Murder Jones. Uzi is my baby child. I love her dearly. And my son-in-law, I also adore him. He is precious boy. He is best boy. Digital Circus. Whew. The mental chokehold Digital Circus has my brain in right now is honestly impressive. Quite a fan of Digital Circus too. Glitch is cooking right now. I'm very, very happy to see that. because we need that. I completely agree with their mission statement. We need a place for that awkward teen phase of animation where it's not necessarily adult animation, but it's definitely not kids animation either. It's like some of the best shows out there fall into that middle ground category. And they need a home because they keep getting canceled because no one knows what to do with them, which is a shame because they kick ass. So I am very glad that Glitch is getting all the success that it's getting right now. All of the kudos, all of the props. Very happy for them. I mean, and hey, if they one day reach out to me asking, hey, Jeb, can you make a murder drone sword? I'd be like, hell yeah. Absolutely. I'd probably have them pay me in plushies though. I take that deal. You take that deal? I don't blame you. Damn good deal. They make very quality plushies, but they're expensive as hell, so they reach out to me and say, we'll pay you in plushies. I take that deal. Damn good deal. Give me the skunkily little Pomni plushie so I can like throw it at my wall or something. Just feels correct, you know? Give it up, hug, squeeze it till its little eyes pop. I want the big ass end dog too. Hell, I want one of everything they've got. I'll take that deal. Gracious. I'm sweating so much in this chair you can hear me visibly chafing. Every time I move here. Fuck it. Oh wait, hang on. I forgot I'm smart. There we go. Now it's easier. Why did it do 2? This probably had something to do with the jam earlier. Glad we cleared that up. Ow. No Evil is basically Anthrospheres dealing with 4 Aztec MacGuffins in the late 1800s. Fascinating. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Patrick says, you ever watch analog horror? There's quite a few analog horror creatures like creators like Dr. Nowhere. I fucking love Dr. Nowhere. Dr. Nowhere is a damn prodigy. Pretty sure they're younger than me. They're cooking some mad good stuff. It's like the Boiled One phenomenon, very good, delicious. One of my favorite of this current generation of indie horror, analog horror. Vita Carnus is back. Vita Carnus is cooking. I'm enjoying that. Mandela Catalog dropped an episode on Halloween. Very happy to see that. Very happy to see that. Happier that Alex beat the allegations that were there a couple of weeks. But really sad to hear that what happened to him and all that. Like, bro basically got involved in a relationship with like actually Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Shit sucks. Hope Alex is doing alright. Shout out to Alex. You make quality stuff. Hope you're doing alright mentally now. But I digress. Mandela Catalog, good stuff. Delicious. I love body horror. And yeah, body horror is really neat. I adore it. And he cooks good feasts. Good meals come from that Alex Kister. Same thing with Vita Carnus. Same thing with Dr. Nowhere. Dr. Nowhere's monster design is sublime. I adore it. It's just something so uncanny about it. The way that it's somehow both like hyper-realistic and cartoonish and at the same time. It just looks off-putting and I just really like it. It's delicious. Lee Hardcastle, a bit more niche, bit more underground, but he makes like sublime, very often hard to watch, but very good stop motion horror. Cool 3D World technically isn't a horror channel, but they make some very interesting looking stuff. Quite fond of their stuff too. I once in high school, I had a Spanish teacher that would sometimes let us select a video for him to play for the class just when we had nothing left to do. And I decided one day I was gonna be I was gonna be a little bit of a menace and suggested he play the thing is called Chefs by Cool 3D World. And the psychic D10 damage I inflicted on my entire high school class that day, subjecting them to that. Delicious. It was funny as hell. I didn't select it arbitrarily. It wasn't entirely malicious. It's just our Spanish teacher is a big horror buff, and he likes really unsettling stuff like that. So a lot of things we'd recommend he show to us are something of that nature, something that's just off-putting or just straight up horror, something along that lines. I just took it to another level, like on Griztronics. Omegas has got to go to bed. Good night, everyone. Good night, Omega. Nice talking with you. Elisa says, what Vita Car's mimic is in Pillar Chase 2, believe it or not. Huh. Fascinating. Speaking of that, I just really dig the world building that they're doing in Vita Car in this. I find it really funny, like it was just one-off quotes in one of the later videos where the government organization that's like I was looking for figuring out what everything is that's happening, mentioned that mimics used to be called something else, but then they changed their names to mimics because their description matched a popular children's board game, which, if you didn't catch it, was Dungeons and Dragons. It's just fun little things like that, because it's entirely possible that they would have it's entirely possible that people would have. It's entirely possible to me that people would refer to them, and the name would stick as something that they'd already seen. Kind of like how in Stranger Things they call the monsters like D&D monsters and things like that. I just think that's neat little world building, making everything feel more lived, making the world feel more lived in and connected and things of that nature. Alrighty, I'm gonna take all of these and put them to the side. I have a tome of templates, I call it, that I keep all of these in when I'm done with them. There's also an Elder Mimic skin. Fascinating. I'm almost terrified to ask what the hell an Elder Mimic is supposed to be, but that sounds cool as hell. Yep. Alright, that's that. And the last piece. Let's go. Alright, that should be everything. Let's put these here, save them for the tome of templates. And now we can begin the assembly. Let me go grab the tome and put these in it. This is the tome. So all old designs of mine. And some of my friends. And it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to go in there. Another one for the tome. Yay. Alrighty, now we can begin the assembly. These are extra pieces. We'll talk about what this is later. Excuse me. It's getting a bit dusty in here. I'm gonna have to turn on my air purifier soon. It's so funny, speaking of Ultra Kill, my air purifier sounds exactly like the Court of Crooked Saints, which is the song that plays in, I think it's the level 6-2. No, 6-1. Like the song that plays in the area right before Altars of Apostasy. Which is an absolute banger of the song. It's just like the sounds just like my air purifier. It's so funny to me. gonna start with this. We're gonna take the piece that goes on top of it, which is this. Then we're gonna take the piece that goes on top of it, which is this. Then we're gonna take the piece that goes on top of it, which is this. I'm just gonna arrange them. Like, oops, my bad, we're missing a piece. Where'd we go? Ah, here we go. The piece that goes between them like this. And now we've got everyone. Gang's all here. Now there's two ways you can go about doing this. This is when we will take our trusty dusty hot glue gun. Just a small little dollop here just to make sure that it just holds for a little bit before we get too crazy with the gluing and everything like that. This is just to hold it. Fuck. Just hold it loosely in place. I put it against here, then keep it moving like this, so that way it sticks to itself, but the constant motion keeps it from sticking to the table. Like that. And once that's done, just take this and do the same thing. Like so. So much innocent on me, Joe. Alright, that should do. Then comes the next part. Just get a little shimmy, 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 drunk, fa la 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 la, drunk, fa la 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 la. Then you're almost there. Almost. I've burned my fingers with hot glue guns so many times that it almost doesn't even register that what I'm doing could be potentially painful. I just tap hot glue, and if it hurts, it hurts. If it don't, perfect. That's how long I've been doing this shit. I no longer fear hot glue gun burns. Shimmy ya, drink, fa la 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 la, drink. Sean Paul, welcome back. Yo, what's up, Jeb? I'm doing good, how are you? As you can see, we're making a sword. Alrighty, now, with the shimmy ya done, we can now take our trusty spine, which in this case is the bamboo skewer, and we can glue it on. Just gonna put it like roughly right here, is good. So, just gonna draw approximation of a straight line all the way down here as far as it can go. I'm gonna be quick as I possibly can because alright, plan B. Ow. 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 Okay, we're good. Ow. Okay. Yeah. So what you saw there is some quick boxsmith thinking that comes from years of experience. What had occurred is that I realized too late in the middle of gluing that I didn't have enough glue to finish the entire line I was drawing there. So what I did is that I prioritized going ham on this side because the more glue that's here, the longer it will take to dry, which would give me the most amount of wiggle room. So that when I eventually got to the part where I ran out, I could just simply put a little bit on there, and if it worked, it didn't. If it worked, it worked. If it didn't, I could just have a little room to split it down like that, and then just resume the gluing, so that's at maximum strength once more. But at the bare minimum, I've gotten this half done, which is good. So now we can just take this part and go resume. Like so. And booyah. Fuck. Booyah. There we go. And voila. That's one of the two pieces we're going to use for the spine down. And here comes the other. Gonna arrange it so it's kind of like this, somewhat equidistant from each other. If I had a third, I'd probably put in the tip right there too, but I don't, so we're just gonna make do with these. Maybe I'll raise it a little bit higher, like right there. Yeah, that looks good. Cool. Alright, let's draw it. Roman 13 says keep a cap of water to wet your fingertips. I could do that. That probably is a good idea. I'm just too lazy to. By the time I go to the trouble to do all that, I could have gotten it done by now. Is there a amount of bullshit I'm willing to tolerate with these props just going into making them? Zero says, yo, Jeb, I watched your last stream. Ah, cool. Welcome back. I assure you this one, I'm in much better form for this one. Alrighty, so that's done. And we're gonna flip this over, like so. Then we're gonna get the other pieces. The secondary pieces. Which go in the order of... Yeah, you can see all that. That goes there. Followed by this. Followed by this. Wait, did I get... Oh, here it is. Okay, good. Good. Fuck! Damn it! Keep track of every little piece. Damn it! Ah! Excuse me. Alrighty. So that should fit like right there or so. This one goes on top. Finally topped off by this doohickey right here. And when it's all said and done, it should... Yes, good. Be the correct size right there. Roman 13 says, has anyone ever told you you sound remarkably like Ramsey Dewey? I don't know who that is, but I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Sean Paul asks, hey Jeb, any advice on YouTube? Well, obviously I do, but it's just a question of where to start. What's something that's just important to mention? Doing YouTube full-time is a significantly more involved process than you will ever imagine when you initially think, yeah, that's a good idea. It still very much is a good idea if this is something you like doing and find it rewarding, as I do. But do be aware that this is an iceberg, this is a rabbit hole that goes very deep. It looks like shallow water, but it leads to the Mariana Trench. And there's a difference between enjoying a nice swim and enjoying scuba diving. If you enjoy both, or if you can learn to enjoy scuba diving, great, you'll go far. If not, perhaps it's best to stick to shallow waters if you just enjoy swimming. But to sound significantly less cryptic, what I mean to say is, just have fun. Don't do this because of the money. Don't do it because of the perks that it could lead to. Do it because you simply enjoy doing it. And from there, you'll feel inclined to learn the more challenging parts of it, and find it rewarding nonetheless. That's the real takeaway I want you to take from that. There will be good days, there will be bad days. But the good days, in theory, should make the bad days worth it. If not, you're not doing the right thing. You should find something that makes it so the bad days do make the good days do make the bad days worth it. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, we're gonna glue these pieces on here. That one goes there. Wait, does it go there or am I tripping? Yeah, it does go there. I just didn't trim it right. That's alright, that happens sometimes. I can take another knife to it later. Zara says, I'm making a helmet, any advice to make it hard? Honestly, no. Typically, when I make armor, I go into it with the understanding that I myself am the spine, so I'm what makes it hard. But if I had to just give an educated guess on what could work, especially if your options are more limited if you don't intend to paint it after. If you intend to paint it, then you can coat it in Mod Podge. I've seen people do that, like RJR Productions. He's basically mastered the art of cardboard helmets that eventually get painted and things like that for display, things like that. You can use wood glue. There are a list of different adhesive thingamajiggas you can use for the express purpose. That's not perfectly aligned, but we're just gonna go with it because I don't really give a damn, or I'm choosing not to give a damn. Because at the end of the day, I am the only one who's going to really notice that. I'm the only one who's going to be anal about it. To anyone else, anyone with sense, this is a perfectly good sword. To me, when I'm thinking with sense, it's a perfectly good sword. The sunk cost fallacy states that it's better to just leave it be, in favor of focusing on everything else. That is going to be really nice about this sword. That is what I have to remember. That is what... Sorry about that, I just dropped that and it startled me. Ignore my outburst. I don't know why that's there, that's garbage. This is supposed to be there, that goes over there. Okay, what still needs to be glued together? You still need to be glued together. If I aligned it properly, you should go about right there, which means you should go about right there, and you're a duplicate, and you should be over there with your other duplicates. Okay, let's get the alignment right, make sure that looks good. And yeah, that's good. Splendiferous. You love to see it, you love to see it. Okay, let's glue it together. Yep. That's good. That's good. Very good. Make sure it's somewhat centered. GD said, I made a spine. Guess what spine I used? Cat hairs. Arranged in a structural lattice. Like a diamond. Braided like silk. My immediate guess. It's my first guess. It'll make most sense. It's what I would do. Unfortunately, cat hairs are very expensive. These are the ones that are good for spine making. It's hard to find an ethical source. McMain says, if you do make masks, would it be possible for you to make the gas mask or Jason's hockey mask? Make a gas mask or Jason's hockey mask. I could certainly do that. Seems like it could be fun. One of these days. Alright, that's almost done there. Now let's just get the, excuse me, piece that goes on top of it here. Oh no, this still needs to go in the center. Then this goes on top of it. And I might have made this one a bit too thin, but you know. Actually, I might like that better. It's not terrible. I need a bit of trimming, but it's not terrible. Let's put these on each other first, and then put that onto the thing. But first, I need to tactically reload the glue gun. Nice. Y'all ever heard Albuquerque by Weird Al Yankovic? I should forewarn you, it is an adventure. You'll come out of it a different person than when you began. As you do with all good adventures. World War II William Fairbairn OSS dagger. Fascinating. That would also make for a good spine. strands out of the way. And let's just place that right there. Make sure my line is good. This is an awkward angle, so it's a bit hard to tell. Listen, I know what I said. I fucking know what I said. But it's just looking at it and it's just like, I could be so, fine. You know? No one was going to notice it, but I was going to notice it. If anyone actually did notice it, I'd have been pissed and it'd been a thing, and I've just shut up, shut the fuck up. I fixed it. Good. Let's never speak of this again. Lucy says thoughts on FNF. The fandom's a bit eccentric, but the game itself and the mods people make for it, really cool. Bro, fix it. What are you talking about? It was always perfect. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Get out of here. Got it. Bye. Alrighty. Good. Much better. Good. Alright. Voila. Alrighty. That's much better. Okay, what's left? What's left? Oh, cool. Of course, the pommel piece. Let's take that. Let's take a little glue. And just slap that on there. Like Phil Swift slaps Flex Seal on leaking holes. Jeb, do you know who Glurb is? Because he's the goat, says Shampoo. I do not know. The king. I do not know. Tell me who this is. This Glurb. Alright, look at that. We've got the... okay, now you can see it. Alright, that's the first side done. I just gotta put the second side on, and we'll be good to go. Now this part's gonna be significantly easier because, you know, we've already got the first part done. Such as often is in life. It's often harder to start something than to actually do the thing. Sometimes the hardest part is simply starting. Let's just slap that on there. Someone said they heard my chair having a mental breakdown. Shut the fuck up. It's been through a lot. I've had this thing for years. It's a good chair. Just don't pay no attention to it. It screams of agony. Sean Paul says he's the most badass goblin in existence. This Glurb. Fascinating. Tell me more about this Glurb's lore while we're here. There. Epic Gamer says, lol. Big Man says, what do you think is the worst game community? I don't have a good answer for that because there are the obvious low-hanging fruit you could pick, like you could say FNAF, Undertale, League of Legends, and you wouldn't necessarily be wrong. But like, it's difficult. I'd probably say barring Arcane, it's League of Legends or other Riot games in general. Because with the other ones, people in the fandom are relatively chill, minus a few very loud, very obnoxious people. And children. League, to my knowledge, I'll admit, I've never actually played it myself, but from what I've heard from people I do know who've played, I have friends who've played it. No one who I know who's played League recommends you play League, so I would venture to say that. The rusty-ass chair's bringing you to... Shut up. Shut up. You don't hear anything. No, it's not. There's no war in Bossing Say. Romans 13 says metal, powder, and superglue works great on paper too. Bring your tools to life a bit. Essentially encapsulate a tool. Hard cocoon. Fascinating. Very fascinating. I'll have to double check that comment later. Might try that later. It's another thing I adore about this community. I learn from you all as much as I hope you learn from me. As much as I teach, I also learn from... Did I get glue on me? No, we're good, we're good. Hey. Symbiosis. As the good Lord intended. Alrighty. Glurb was a normal goblin until he had to step up to his kingdom, and he just became the best king that anyone could be. Fascinating. Lucy says, may I have just put a GIF in Kit Kat Cruncher? For those who are uninitiated, Kit Kat Cruncher is an inside joke / meme / channel in our Discord server. The piece of just glue looks like an Ika Kalaka. Fascinating. You think so? Jeb, can you make another cardboard child? No, Louis is plenty, but thank you for wondering. Alright, I'm going to replace that glue stick relatively soon, but should have just enough. No, I don't. Alright, if I can put the new one in fast enough, I can still use the glue that's already on here. We're just going over it a second time, and we are good to go. Elusive asks, what would happen if you made Louis' head? Well, he'd be flattered. He wouldn't actively say it. He's got too big of an ego for that, but he'd appreciate it. He'd view it as you worshipping him. You'd also have the percent chance to be able to enter it as a conduit as you can for anything made of cardboard. So, you know, you might have a percent chance of him watching over you as you sleep or something like that. Might consume your pets. Pretty sure I've trained him to stop doing that sufficiently, but you know how addictions be. Every now and then you can relapse, something like that. Are you mad because that chair is breaking? It is not breaking, I swear to... It is not... It's not breaking. That is the sound of my sweating ass in these jeans scraping against this pseudo leather that's the chair is made of. The chair itself is structurally sound, as it has been for years. I've had this chair for years, and it is not fallen apart on me. Jeb, why is Louis so egotistical? I mean, he is a fledgling god, so, you know, that's kind of to be expected, so... I don't know. Personality trait? Hardwired to his coding, nature, nurture. Who the hell knows? I try not to be a helicopter dad. Unless it, like, you know, leads to the death and destruction of thousands. As was originally prophesized, but I think we're I keep hearing a squeaky noise. No, the fuck you don't. Shut up. No. No, stop. Stop it. Get some help. But yeah. Where'd the other piece go? Oh, there we go. Neat. I will post a picture of my gauntlet in the box smithing sometime tomorrow. Chip, why is the chair doing? Can we stop talking about my chair? My chair is fine. Elusive. I'll post a picture of my gauntlet in box smithing sometime tomorrow. Patrick Man says, you ever watch Salmonella? I love Salmonella. Wish he could make more videos, but he's like studying in med school or some shit like that. His videos are so funny. I love them. Champal says, no. Yes! That is the end of it. But the chair has cancer. Fuck's sake. It does not have cancer. You have... No, I'm not gonna say that. Jesus Christ. No, the chair does not have cancer. A chair cannot get cancer. The chair is fine. The chair is fine. B17 for the chair, maybe some oil. Pray tell, Romans 13. Pray tell, how does one oil a chair? Elusive YouTube, thoughts on Uncle Samsonite? Deep cut Uncle Samsonite. I remember watching the original videos. It's surprisingly interesting. I'm surprised it's made a resurgence as of recent. I think they're like I think the series is coming back. Goofy early internet fun. Glad to see it make a return. Is entirely the reason why I know about the song Pony by Genuine. I'm just a bachelor. Unironically a great song. WD-40 around the rotation part. You know what? Fair enough. That's actually reasonable. I might actually do that. If the chair had anything wrong with it, if the chair needed it, I do have WD-40 that I could do for that. But it is not necessary, because the chair is fine. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Oil up the chair is crazy. No. You can use olive oil. No. No, we will not be using olive oil. The amount of olive oil needed to lubricate a chair would probably have the entirety of my room smelling like an olive garden. Which wouldn't be too terrible if it wasn't offset by the smell of cardboard that's already in here. PT about to show up. Stop. No. No. For his own good, he better not. Louis would literally eat his soul and spit it out. He would find no afterlife. Frankly, maybe he should come over just for that reason. Think I'm attractive enough to lure him out here? We're not seasoning the chair. Well, if you're using olive oil, it sounds like you might very well be. But Patrick's just gonna agree with people. Nah, it's alright, we're all having fun here. Alright, we're just about finished. Excuse me. Pardon. Ever heard of MX? I have not. What is MX? The chair has to be oiled. There's no running from the inevitable. Silence! silence. We will not talk anymore about the chair because we are now finished with ravioli, we gotta see the cherryoli. Mods, shoot him. Shoot Roman. Let's just use Mario Creepypasta. Ah, I see. Anyway, we are now finished with the sword itself. Voila. Let me show you another look at it. Oh wait, hold on. Not quite. We're almost finished. We've got 2 options we can go about here. This piece right here is to make the handle. And there are 2 ways you can go about the handle. You can follow the instructions on the print pad and cut it out like so. Let me do that real quick first. You cannot silence the people. The hell I can. Silence. That is an order. Alright, so we're gonna glue all this on here. Like so. Just put it right there. Wait for that to dry. I found that pressing it helps things to dry a little bit faster. Good, very good. If you cut a man's tongue, you're afraid of what he might say. Silence. You are not gonna hate Jesus because he spoke the truth with me tonight. I am not your Roman Empire. Silence. Silence. I will have you shot. I wonder if Lapis is still cooked. Good question. They seem unusually resistant to testificrate's influence, so they'll probably be alright. Okie dokie. Artichoke. That's going to be good enough because I've gotten impatient. And we're just going to chop chop. Ave Maria. If this doesn't work, I'm going to kill someone. It's not that serious, but still. I have nothing to blame but myself. My hubris is my brutal flaw, but that's not going to be today. An innocent life hangs in the balance of his glue, working. If this thing moves even the slightest smudge, I will go Dexter Morgan, someone. Alright. Good. An innocent life has been spared today. We love to see it. We love to see it. Someone said Jeb should get a Grammy for that reason, please. Put a tear to my eye. Flattery will get you nowhere, my friends, but I still appreciate it. Alright. And this will save for later. Yeet! Interesting. So I cut out 2 of these because I figured I'd need them because I cut out 2 of everything, but I realized this already has 2 of these. We only need 2 of these, so I'll have to remove this extra piece of paper from the final file. I think I'll just leave it in. Ain't hurt nobody. Better an extra piece than a piece missing anyway. Whatever. Regardless. This is designed to give texture, so we're just going to take this and just score it like so. Just enough to get a visible marking, but not enough to cut all the way through. Which may be easier or more difficult depending on how sharp of a knife you're wielding. And she'll take that. Romans 13 says, "No slave till da 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 Brooklyn." Yes, Beastie Boys, very good. Alright, so you can barely see it on the camera here, but oh, you can kind of see it. That's added a little bit of texture. We're just gonna expand further by crinkling it out like this. Jeb, my brother is roasting you, calling you special ed. You special ed? Yeah. Not really. I could care less. Sure, buddy. Anyway, this is out like that. That's good. I'm gonna take the other one and do the exact same thing. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, the glue has reached the end of its lifespan for there, but we're just gonna make do by just holding it in place regardless. Cool. Very cool. GD, just wanted to inform you that. Thank you, GD. I am emotionally devastated by this development. I don't think I can ever sufficiently cope. Alrighty, so we've got these 2 pieces like this. I'm just going to take the sword and put them on it. Like so. Actually, hang on. Let me double up on that. Ow, crap. It's going a little bit off script, but by doing this, I can make the illusion a little more visible. Whether or not I'll put this, whether or not I'll update the template to reflect this is anyone's guess, frankly. But I think it'll at least look good. It's not it's not mandatory, but to have the option to do it, I'll at least link the what was I talking about again? Right, this thing. Not mandatory, but something you can do anyway if you want to. And I certainly want to. But basically what this is doing is making it more visible, the illusion here, because it's supposed to give the illusion of wrapping of a sword. Of course, as I'll show you in a minute, you could just wrap the sword, but this is significantly easier for someone who's just starting out, which is what my templates are primarily aimed for. People who are just starting out. GD says, witness me. Witnessing. Witnessing. Go kick ass. The texture cuts would be sweet for overlapping scales on an armored snake or bearded lizard. Cool technique. Oh, good thinking. I like the sound of that. Alright, that's good enough, I'd say. Yeah, good enough for that one. It's now significantly more visible what we've done here. I'm just gonna do the same thing the other time. Good enough. This is gonna be a pain in the ass to clean up after I'm done streaming. All these small little bitty pieces. But hey, it would have been worth it. Because I will have made a cool sword and spent time with all of you. Ah! Oh, there we go. Good. Jeb, Jeb, I made a Minecraft helmet, says GD. Hell yeah. Which, I guess they all look the same texture-wise. Well, maybe not. I think the most recent update, they, like, made different textures, so I guess the question still stands. Which one, specifically? Either way, sounds cool as hell. Much Digital What says, whoa, are your templates free? Because maybe I want to make that. Also, can you make Toji's weapons? Several of my templates are free. They're usually free the first week I release them. Others are paid for, but this one is free, and this one will remain free. I like to have at least a few of them free so people can see if, you know, they like this kind of stuff and not, before they invest actual money into it. And because, you know, not everyone can pay for these kind of things, so. Having grown up as someone who didn't really have the cash to get influencer stuff like that, I try to keep my stuff reasonable, because I still need to make money, but I recognize that you all don't have a lot of money.